visual arts of the Philippines.
No, the Spoliarium is a famous painting by Juan Luna that won a gold medal at the 1884 Madrid Exposition of Fine Arts. Before we explore visual arts in the Philippines, let's first understand that visual arts refers to a range of creative practices that produces works which can be seen, such as painting, sculpture, drawing, photography, and digital art like Spoliarium. So, what is a visual arts in the Philippines? To make it shorter, the visual arts in the Philippines is a rich, involving practices encompassing forms like painting, sculpture to reflect the nation's history, culture, tradition, and the diverse experience of its people.
First is two-dimensional art, or also known as 2D art. Second is three-dimensional art, also known as 3D art. Third and final form of visual art is multidimensional art. As a second reporter, I'll be breaking down the three physical forms that visual art can take. We categorize them based on how they occupy space, ranging from flat images to physical objects, and even digital or moving experiences. So the first one is 2D. It has artworks with height and width only, no real depth, and appears flat. The focus is lines, shapes, colors, and textures. Some examples are drawings, paintings, prints, and photographs. The simplest way to remember this is that it's flat and it only has height and width. Even if a painting looks very realistic, you could reach inside it, that is just an illusion. Physically, there is no depth in this form. Artists rely heavily on how they use lines, colors, and textures on a flat surface like paper or canvas. Next, ornamental art or 3D art. These are artworks with height, width, depth, and that's all. Can be viewed from multiple angles, and the focus is form, volume, and space. Some examples are sculpture, pottery, architecture, and installation art. These works have actual depth unlike 2D art and take up physical space. You can walk around a sculpture or enter a building because it has volume. The way light hits it and the way it occupies the space around it are very important. It's not just something you look at, it's something you can experience from the front, back, and sides. Last but not the least, we have three-dimensional art. These artworks combines 2D and 3D elements or includes movement, time, or technology. It's interactive or multimedia. The focus is experience, interaction, and innovation. Some examples are digital art, performance art, video art, mixed media, or kinetic art. This is the most modern form because it goes beyond just a physical object. It often uses technology or movement. For example, kinetic art is the actually moves, and performance art involves the artist's own body over a period of time. It's all about the experience and how the viewer interacts with the work, making it much more than just a static image of a statue. That's all, thank you.
Now, let's talk about two-dimensional expressions, definition, and importance. What is 2D expression? Simply put, two-dimensional art is flat. It is defined by having only height and width, with no real depth or physical thickness. You'll typically find 2D expressions on surfaces like paper, canvas, or digital screens. For example, key features. There are four main characteristics that define 2D work. 1. It exists on a flat surface. 2. It relies on lines, shapes, and colors to create imagery. 3. It focuses heavily on visual storytelling. 4. And it can be created through traditional methods like pencils or screens. Why do we study this? Because 2D expression is the foundation of many art forms. It helps us express complex emotions and ideas. It is essential in education, advertising, and media. Most importantly, it preserves our culture and history through visual records. In summary, two-dimensional expression is a vital tool for communication. It allows us to share our creative ideas in any way that is clear, visual, and impactful. Thank you for listening.
Also known as wet on wet or when you paint over a layer of wet paint. This technique allows artists to complete a painting in one session by blending colors directly on the canvas while the paint is still wet. Encaustic, also known as hot wax painting or when you add pigment to beeswax and use it to paint. The heated wax mixture creates a textured luminous surface that hardens as it cools. Tempera painting, adding pigment to water-soluble binder medium such as egg yolk. Tempera dries quickly and produces a smooth matte finish with fine details. Fresco, a mural painting technique that involves painting fresh plaster. The paint becomes part of the wall as it dries, making the artwork long-lasting. Watercolor, when pigments are suspended in water-based solution. This medium is known for its transparency and soft color transition. Oil on canvas, adding pigments to drying oil for binder. Oil paint dries slowly, allowing artists to blend colors and build rich layers.
Moving on to the slide 22. This slide discusses mosaic. A mosaic is a two-dimensional art form created by assembling small pieces of materials such as glass, stones, or seeds to form an image. Even though the materials have texture, mosaics are still considered 2D because they focus mainly on length and width. This technique requires patience and creativity as artists carefully arrange each piece to create a complete picture. For the slide 23, we have stained glass. Stained glass is an artwork made using colored glass pieces. These are usually arranged to form images or patterns and are commonly seen in churches and historical buildings. Light plays a big role in stained glass because when light passes through, it enhances the colors and gives the artwork a glowing effect. Now is the next slide, which is 24, that explains tapestry. A tapestry is a form of textile art that is woven on a vertical loom. Artists use threads to create images, patterns, or stories. Even though it uses fabric, it is still two-dimensional because it is flat and meant to be viewed from the front. Tapestries were used often to decorate walls and tell stories in the past. Slide 25 also focus on drawing. Drawing is one of the most basic form of visual art. It uses materials like pencils, pens, or markers to create images on a flat surface such as a paper. Drawing helps artists express ideas, emotions, and observations using lines and shapes. It is also the foundations of many other art forms. On the slide 26, we have here is painting. Printing. Printing is a technique where an image is created using a master template and then transferred onto another surface. This allows artists to produce multiple copies of the same artwork. Printing is also important because it makes art more accessible and widely shared. Lastly, we have here slide 27 that discusses photography. Photography is the art of creating images using light. So, through camera, artists capture moments, emotions, and stories in real life. Even though it uses technology, photography is still considered two-dimensional because the final output is flat. It plays a big role in documenting history and everyday life.
Three-dimensional expression. Apart from length and width, three-dimensional object also has a volume. There are several techniques under this category, which is the molding, carving, etching, and instant.
Indigenous foundation pre-colonial period. Art was deeply connected to everyday life, the natural environment, and spiritual belief. This was expressed through epic narratives, traditional weaving such as ikat, wood carving, and pottery. Early trade with neighboring Asian cultures, especially China, India, and Malaysia, introduced new patterns, techniques, and materials in metalwork and textiles. The arrival of Catholicism greatly shaped artistic expression, bringing religious imagery like saints, angels, and santos along with Western methods such as oil painting. European artistic styles including Renaissance, Baroque, and Neoclassical influenced churches, public buildings, and visual arts often merge with local themes and aesthetics. Colonial period 1898 to 1946. Formal art education was established, promoting artistic movements such as Impressionism, Realism, and later Modernism, including Cubism and Abstract Expressionism. American popular culture, comics, films, music, sports, and street culture also left a strong mark on Filipino visual style and subject. Post-colonial and contemporary era artists combine indigenous tradition and colonial influences to develop a unique Filipino artistic identity. Contemporary works continue to engage with global art trends while highlighting local stories, social issues, and
Visual arts are the kinds of arts we look at such as paintings, sculptures, and photography. In the Philippines, these artworks mirror our culture and identity by showing our past, our traditions, foreign influences, and the ideas of today's artists. They act like a visual story of a Filipino people. Filipino artists also use visual arts to express what is happening in the present. Their work shows modern ideas, emotions, and issues that matter today. Because of this, visual arts become like a visual story or a diary of a Filipino. They help us appreciate our culture, see our past, and understand how our society continues to change. Visual arts help people show their emotions, imaginations, and creativity in a way that words sometimes cannot. It is a wide field that connects culture, history, and personal expression. Visual arts makes us think, feel, and understand the world in different ways. When we look at an artwork, we don't just see colors or shapes. We see the artist's message, emotion, and effort. Art teaches us to be more observant, patient, and open-minded. It helps us appreciate beauty in small things and understand perspectives that are different from our own. So, visual arts also encourage self-expression. When we create art, we show a part of ourselves, our experience, our thoughts, and our emotions. It is a safe space to express feelings that are difficult to say aloud. Arts can also be calming, helping us deal with stress and improve our mental health. Visual arts are important in the Philippines because they help us remember who we are as a Filipinos. Through paintings, drawings, weaving, carving, and other artworks, we can see our culture, our history in our everyday life. So why visual arts is important? First, visual arts preserves traditions. Example, weaving, wood carvings, and other handmade crafts from different tribes. These artworks show the stories and beliefs of our ancestors, and they help us understand our past. Second, visual arts help show our Filipino identity. Like many artists create artworks that reflect our values like family, bravery, hard work, and love for our nature. When we see a Filipino art, we feel proud of our country. Third, visual arts allow people to express their feelings. Through art, people can show their emotions, ideas, and thoughts, even without using words. Fourth, visual arts helps our economy. Many artists earn money for making and selling their artworks on museums, festivals, and arts events also attract tourists, which supports our local communities. And lastly, visual arts help us understand social issues. Some artworks talks about real problems like poverty, injustice, or daily struggles. These artworks makes us think and teach us to care about others.